Alex Caruso is a free agent, and this apparently is the 4-year anniversary since he first signed with the Lakers. The Lakers actually shared a graphic of it today on their Twitter page. 4 years ago today, the Lakers got a little bit fresher, and it's a picture of Caruso with a little bit of hair receding at the top, signing his contract with the Lakers. And I think it's also like a South Bay Lakers contract. I think it was when he was with the G League team. And who would have thought that he would have been the second? I was about to say like kind of the second fiddle to LeBron James. Like the chemistry that him and LeBron had was like very impressive. And to know that he could be gone this offseason would kind of be something that tugs at a lot of Laker fans' heartstrings, right?
First of all, I thought you were going to say the second coming of Christ, because you would have been right if you said that, because he delivered that. He delivered that trophy. I remember there was a Photoshop image of him holding the O'Brien, and the fact that that manifested into a real life picture of him holding the O'Brien is great. But it is a little sad as far as the possibilities of him leaving. The dude's going to get paid if he goes anywhere else. But like we said before, I believe we talked about this a couple times already. I would love to see him, stay. I think he said that he would, if he would still stay for lesser money because he just wants to keep winning and play with LeBron, from my understanding. But yeah, of course, it's gonna be sad to see him go because the dude's been part of that nucleus. Is he considered the longest Laker that stuck around? As far as like currently, like as far as like the kids, or did he come right after the kids?
You can technically make the exception because he was here before LeBron got here, and a lot of the team has shooken up. But he was technically bouncing up and down between the G League and the pro team. So I guess you can say that's a qualifier. He is the longest tenured player right now on the team.
Yeah, so I mean,
maybe KCP. By the way, KCP could be another person.
Oh, that's right. Because when I can't remember that speech. I was trying to think of that speech that what's his name said. Paleka, yeah. When the Israelites came down from so and so and brought bread or whatever. I can't remember. I'm terrible with the fantasy stories.
You mean the Bible? Is that what you're saying? You're not a religious man?
Yeah, that Harry Potter book that everyone quotes on Sundays.
But yeah, Alex Caruso is a free agent. It'll be curious to know. But the thing is a lot of players, or I should say a lot of Laker fans, are looking to get players that are in the point guard position. So you see a lot of names floating around. I see some people say Kyle Lowry, who just got his doctorates from a Canadian university. I don't know how to even pronounce this school, but Kyle Lowry is a name that floats around. When it gets bigger picture, a lot of people say Steph Curry, maybe even Damian Lillard, which I would love to see as a huge fan of Damian Lillard.
As a Portland Trailblazers fan, Zach, just say it.
I also wish Paul Pierce was in the Portland Trailblazers jersey. Just
I love how Paul Pierce is your weapon. Which is good because you know how much I hate the guy. I mean, not personally, just when he plays basketball. He did earn my respect getting fired from ESPN, but I think I have more respect for whoever commented saying, "Hey, where's Nate Nichols at?" Because that was hilarious. Who would have thought?
Damian Lillard is a name. Steph Curry is a name. And also, we can also say Lonzo for more practical reasons. Lonzo Ball is someone that's being floated around. How would you feel about a reunion with Lonzo Ball?
The package isn't complete if LeVar Ball comes as well, of course, because that's who I'm looking forward to. I know everyone hated him, but I love LeVar because he hasn't really been outspoken lately, but I want Lonzo just to come so that way LeVar's back, and that's it. But he's not going to be back because I know they kind of had a weird separation, right? A weird like a Mexican standoff where they don't talk to each other anymore.
Sort of. Like I think they're gonna still talk it out. Like I don't know what happened to Ball in the family. Is that still going on? I'm pretty sure the LaMelo now is in Charlotte, and LaMelo won Rookie of the Year. So I think LeVar will be more distracted with LaMelo, even with LeVar coming back home or Alonzo coming back home. So I do hope that with two sons in the league, this will be able to get LeVar a little bit quiet, a little bit away from the mic or the cameras, per se.
And I kind of feel like this would be a better opportunity for Lonzo because it'd just be, it's like they shipped him off to boarding school. He's coming back, matured, a little bit more talented, skillful. And now is his time to really, kind of show what he's got, especially with what he learned on his own. And I know him and LeBron have a pretty good relationship, don't they?
Who, Lonzo?
Yeah, didn't they hang out? He was on the show and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a foundation there already. So to be honest, I would love to see Lonzo back. I kind of want to manifest it, and I'm already arguing with people on my Twitter account because everyone's like, "There's no way he's gonna go. He's gonna go for bigger money." I was like, "Listen, don't crush my dreams, okay? I have a Lonzo Ball jersey shirt, and I would love to wear that again with pride."
Reports from Bleacher Report came out today about how the Clippers and the Chicago Bulls are both very interested and are willing to put a lot of money onto Lonzo Ball to try to recruit him or just to get him signed for the team. And I'm like thinking, if the Clippers get him, okay, blah, that's disgusting. However, that means Reggie Jackson will be available. And I think Reggie Jackson is a more disciplined and actually a PR-friendly version of Dennis Schroeder, which would be nice.
Oh, dude, I would take Reggie in a heartbeat, especially if that door opens up. We could actually steal some Clippers. You know how like the Clippers like to take our old players. Well, this time we're gonna do the taking. So I would love to take Reggie,
DeMarcus Cousins, Zubac.
Keep going. There you go. Keep going. There's a lot more.
I mean, like it kind of goes both ways. I mean, we took Montrezl Harrell. Well, the Lakers took Lamar Odom from the Clippers. Remember, Lamar Odom was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, technically, I guess. Yeah, technically.
I'm trying to think. It's very incestual, I will say. Like, especially now with the past, I would say 3 years or so. Like a lot of Clippers have gone down the hallway with the Lakers and vice versa.
CP3. Former Lakers CP3.
I forgot.
I'm not wrong.
Honorary Laker for a day. Yes, that's that same year. I think he's the only player to have played with the Lakers and the Clippers in the same season. So I think that's what. I think that was the whole thing. But yeah, I would be excited to see who the Lakers can bring in at the point guard position. I think there are a lot of options when it comes to the point guard. The question is, who can they bring in at the center position to help keep AD at the 4?
Me.
Are you willing to take a pay cut?
Anything more than I get paid now, which is nothing, so I'm totally in. No, because I know Drummond was like. So wait, because Drummond's a free agent, right?
Yes, and he I remember seeing him on a podcast, and they mentioned like if you could pick 5 destinations, where would you pick for this upcoming free agency? And he said Shanghai, and they were like, "Wow, okay, your career's going that bad." So
get out of here, really?
Yeah, they said but it was a sarcastic joke. Like he was there in the interview with them, but like they were just joking because they knew he was trolling the fact that he was able to acknowledge Shanghai. Like everyone on Twitter is like making that joke.
Oh yeah, that, and he didn't you see that shirt where he was calling himself Andre, or is it Drummond? Drummond. Kareem. He was comparing himself to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Did you see that shirt that was he was tweeting out that he was selling?
No.
Oh, if you get a chance, go back and look. It's pretty funny. But I kind of feel like that was just trolling as well. But at the same time, I couldn't tell because I know he was being serious about him saying that if he had more minutes, he would have been more, more productive.
Yeah, and I don't buy it. I'm kind of past the point of Andre Drummond. But real quick, sorry, I forgot about the graphic. Mike actually was like close to it. This was from the pettiest Laker fan on Twitter. My Lonzo to the Lakers agenda campaign has been successful. Only a matter of time. And it's a guy in his car plotting like he has his fingers on his fingertips touching each other. And in the video, it's like a short video. The guy is actually speaking Japanese, which is something. It kind of had the anime type of feel to it, which was hilarious.
Also, fellas, today there's reporting, multiple outlets reported that the Sixers are entertaining trade offers for Ben Simmons. Would you rather have Ben Simmons, or would you rather
Why are you bringing in this, Mike? Oh, my God. Ben Simmons to the Lakers is the worst idea ever.
So you'd rather have Lonzo than Ben Simmons?
Absolutely. At least Lonzo can hit a 3.
Yeah, I mean, but you're I mean, because I know, I kind of read the report too, and they're saying that how they want a playmaker. So technically, we really wouldn't need. That's true, yeah. But Simmons really wouldn't be there to be shooting. He'd be there to kind of take the load off for LeBron, so he could play the. Is he be playing the 5 or the 4? Because I know AD doesn't want to play the 5, right?
AD would probably move to the 5 if Ben Simmons. Okay, hypothetically, let's say Ben Simmons does come to the Lakers, right? In this current team. Maybe we lose Kuzma. LeBron would be the 3 / point forward. AD would be probably moving down to the 4, and then AD can move down to the 5, and then Ben Simmons actually has a similar role to LeBron where he plays point guard, or he can also guard at the 4. So he's like a very fluid forward/guard type of player.
Yeah, I don't know. It still kind of scares me because it's Ben Simmons. I mean, hopefully he, learns how to shoot. I don't know. I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. I don't know. What Mike, you said you wouldn't take Lonzo over Ben, right?
I would. It's a tough one. I don't know. Also, I don't know if Ben Simmons can fix his jumper. Also, I don't know how Ben Simmons would do in Los Angeles. I think he might end up with a Kardashian. I would go with Lonzo.
Okay.
I like Lonzo.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
I mean, I want Dame Lillard personally, but
yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think everyone, Laker fans, they would be like, yeah, that's cool if we get Steph, but I would have to pay to see it. Even though it's kind of an outside chance to get Dame, a lot of Laker fans are like, yo, I'm willing to put all my chips onto that. It's like we're at the roulette table and we know we're gonna put our number on not just a color but a number, and we hope it's 0.
Would you trade LeBron for Dame Lillard straight up?
Ooh.
Me personally,
should be noted too that Dame Lillard right now has the most expensive contract in NBA history. I believe $260 million is owned.
Holy.
Okay, so
That's a lot. That's a lot of tacos.
Here's what I would say, and that's a lot of tacos being outsourced to Portland. So good luck, Portland, handling all those tacos. But with LeBron,
they have trash tacos.
So at least he'll spice up the Taco Tuesdays in Portland, right? If LeBron goes out there. I personally did not want LeBron to come to LA. When I first heard that happening, I was like, okay, he's going to take over the front office. He's pretty much going to be somebody that's going to be more about himself. He's going to take the center full. Now that we're in it and we're 3 years into LeBron, I'm like, it's not so bad. I thought it was going to be worse.
Oh, really? Because I was saying you're not wrong because he actually got those 2 things right. But he hasn't been as much of a prima donna as he has in the past.
Exactly. And maybe it's because he knows that he's in a place where the cameras are on him at all times, so he needs to act. I don't know, there's still times where he quit at the end of the Phoenix series, which is the same way he quit during the Orlando Magic series when the Magic went on to the NBA Finals. And there are times where he's quit before. So I've said this before, he reminds me of Lewis Hamilton in F1, where it's just they both look good in front of the camera, but then they're always going to have their mask fall off towards the end.
And that's why Kobe's the better player. Is that the whole point of this? I'm kidding.
That's why Kobe should be on the top 5 is what I was saying.
I knew it.
Right behind Paul Pierce.
How dare you? I'm going to fight you, Zach. I'm going to fight you next time I see you.
But yeah, I do think I personally would want Dame on the Lakers, but it's been happening so well with LeBron right now that I'm like, okay, I can't just fire him for no reason.
I mean, if there's a way to get Dame, I mean, I guess financially it's damn near impossible, right? As far as the Lakers trying to acquire him in a trade.
It's not possible. I know one more realistic way of doing it is some people have floated, especially Colin Cowherd. This is Colin Cowherd's opinion. But he believes the Lakers should trade Anthony Davis for Dame and have some sort of trade package around that. And I'm just like, see, I like Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis is a championship caliber player. Not to say Dame isn't, but who's more of an Infinity Stone type of player? I think Anthony Davis is.
Absolutely. I mean, without Anthony Davis, we do not win that title last season. That's for sure. LeBron's always going to be LeBron, but AD, the dude, he's that missing piece. If we had Lillard, if we had his elite, abilities, and I mean, I just don't want to be afraid of the guy anymore. I'm always afraid of him every time we play him, and I'm like, I would love for him to be on my team because I hate it every time we played against him. Like, oh no, he's gonna give us the business, and he always did. But to trade straight up LeBron for Dame, no way. To trade AD for Dame, no way either. Yeah. But if there's, if we could try, I mean, hey, if we could trade, Kuzma and Dame straight up, I'll take that in a heartbeat. I'm sure everyone else will agree.
I mean, at this point, even though I was initially saying no because DeMar DeRozan's not a 3-point shooter, I was like, you know what, DeMar DeRozan will fit nicely as the third star with the Lakers. And if you get a point guard that is average, I'm like, not the best like a Dame or Steph, but if you get Alonzo, if you get a Reggie Jackson, that'll be nice. Get back to White, and then maybe get another center that's like kind of a role player. You have another championship team.